Alison and I were staying in Bali and we decided we'd like to go for a trip to Java and have a look at some orangutans and a few other things. So we headed off. We flew to Surabaya and then out to Kalimantan and at Pangkalan. The plan was to go up the Sekonya River in the Tanjung Puting National Park. We got our own klotok to go up the river with a crew and a guide. Oh, it's great. There was all sorts of things in the trees along the riverside, including crocodiles in the river, but we didn't see any. We used to park up with all the other boats at night. Sometimes it was so busy we moved off to other spots because it really was quite busy sometimes. The klotok was really comfortable. The only thing that really used to disconcert me was that, the water for the dishes used to get taken from the river right near where the toilet came out. But yeah, we seemed to survive. Apparently the flat grass indicates where the crocs hang out. We stopped a couple of times to visit orangutan feeding stations. These are feeding stations for orangutans that have been orphaned and they still need looking after a bit.
So we're at the feeding station for the orangutans at Camp Leakey up godforsaken crocodile infested river, and I've just been bitten by some big bug. It wasn't an Aussie, so it might be dengue fever, but geez, it hurts just there. Bastard thing, I'm going to have to shut it down and put some repellent on my head.
The guides told us that the orangutans weren't particularly social animals and they only really came together to have families and around feeding stations. A group of us were standing watching the orangutans and all of a sudden, right beside us came this huge beaver. God, he was huge. Walking back to the klotok, there was this orangutan on the walkway. They said, "You'll be alright, just don't feed it. It'll never go away." We visited a village where their whole industry is based on palm oil, which really has caused a problem with the orangutans, but it was an interesting visit. Maybe one day with a bit of luck they'll find something else to make a living from and all this carnage in the national park can stop. One night we parked up quite a long way from all the other boats and we got to see the fireflies.
We've just headed off. We've been the first cab off the rank this morning, so we're getting to see a few of the birds a bit before the others do. Just doesn't seem to be any at the moment, but we're getting there. Alison's just thinking about her third cup of coffee.
After 5 days going up and down the river, we came back out into the Arut River, went across, and our trip on the Clotok came to an end. Our trip came to an end and we visited a longhouse, went to the airport, jumped on a plane, flew to Jakarta and out to Borobudur. At Borobudur, it's a real hard one to say, that one. We stayed on site so we could get up in the morning and go straight there. Borobudur is a 9th century Buddhist temple. It's the largest Buddhist temple in the world. It's all exterior. They say if you can reach in and touch the Buddha, it's really good luck. Then I was off to the rush hour in Jakarta.
Malioboro getting busy. Malioboro Street getting busy.
Getting busy, yeah. Busy, yes.
The palace, the official residence of the Sultan of Jakarta. Nearby the Sultan's palaces, the old water palace was the playground of the old sultans. It was part of the original palace, and you can imagine this guy with all his harem of ladies and cavorting around in a pool. It always fascinates me. Something like 2,000 palace guards and their jobs hereditary. While we were in Jakarta, we headed out to Prambanan Temple. It's a 19th century Hindu temple, and it's, it always fascinates me because they've rebuilt it. Apparently it all fell down with earthquakes and neglect, but they built it back bit by bit. And what would a visit to Jakarta be like if you didn't go to Matahari and have a good shop? From Jakarta we flew back to Surabaya, and there things got really interesting. We were met at the airport by two young fellas from the MBA Travel who decided they were coming on holiday with us. So we headed off into Java with these two young fellas. It was great. We were heading for Bromo, a volcano in the middle of Java. We think our driver's vehicle must have picked up some bad petrol.
Fortunately, there seems to be something wrong with our vehicle. Our car's still giving a few whoop-de-doos. So I'm heading up the mountain and the car finally came to a halt, and there was a bit of a commotion because there was a lady behind us on a motorbike that should have been watching out, and so we've got another car to take us to where we're going. So yeah, and we're going to be off.
We were a little underdressed for the mountain air, but we got through. The NBA boys from Bali, I think they felt the cold a lot more than we did.
So we're just having a cup of coffee at a warong up the hill somewhere, God knows where, middle of Java. The Bali boys are freezing their asses off. So, ma'am?
I don't think anyone can see me.
No, they can't. How's it going?
Pretty cold.
Pretty cold? So where are we exactly?
A mountain.
In central Java, somewhere? Yeah.
Waiting for the sunrise, and then we're going to go to Bromo.
Okay.
Now I don't know where I'm gonna go when the volcano blows. Let me say now I don't know.
We had a great view of the Sileri crater, part of the Ding volcano going off, and what we didn't know was that volcano was causing all sorts of havoc right throughout Java and Bali, and cancelled flights back into Australia, and yeah.
Sulfur smoke up in the sky.
Coming down the mountain road after watching the sunrise, seeing what we drove up in the dark.
I don't know where I'm gonna go when the volcano blows. Now my girl quickly said to me,
Yeah, we told the guy that was trying to sell us a horse ride up the mountain, but we didn't want one until we realised it was part of the NBA deal.
Oh well, here we are, up on a four-legged animal. These ones bite.
Not very comfortable.
Oh, there's Alison. Well, they've got to get there and get some more business.
cause I just left the planet Earth. Where I go, I hope there's rum. Not to worry, monsoon come. Now I don't know. I don't know.
After Bromo, we jumped back in the van. Hopefully it was going to keep going, and headed off down the east coast of Java, down by the sea, and down to Bangyawan.
But now that the stars are in your eyes, I'm beginning to see the light. I never went in for afterglow or candlelight on.
I think our driver was expecting us to spit the dummy at any time, but oh no, it was all part of the fun. Yeah, poor bugger.
Beginning to see the light. Used to ramble through the park, shadow boxing in the dark.
We're a bit late this morning. We all got soft and got up too late. But we're off to climb somewhere. 3 Ks apparently. Where are we going? Idjin.
Yes, in Prater.
Idjin Prater. Okay, that's where we're off to. Looks like someone's come up here on a motorbike. Anyway, we're off. There you go. So we picked up some Bali boys in Java somewhere, and we've picked up another 2 guys going up the mountain. Here you go. Come on, guys.
The Edgin crater is full of sulphur. It's also pretty toxic down there. But these guys, they go down a couple of times a day. They pick up these big loads of sulphur and they carry them down the hill. It was Ramadan, and so these guys, being Muslims, they weren't allowed to eat from daylight to dusk. Yeah, so it must have been pretty tough for them.
So we got to the top of the mountain, and unfortunately we didn't get to see the blue flame because we slept in too late. But that was good, I liked the sleep.
I don't know what's going wrong inside. I can tell that you just can't find.
Yeah, some tourists went down the crater and they ignored all the warnings. One of them got into a terrible state. The sulphur air is incredibly hard to breathe.
I will be your friend, follow you.
You can see here the guys trudging their way up with huge blocks of sulphur.
Even through solitude, even through solitude, cutting too deep, you've been
Our mate kept hanging around. I don't know, he stayed with us.
And this was G'day, just before the railing collapsed.
Yeah, well, fortunately for us, the smoke cleared away and we were able to see the lake and down the bottom to where they were getting the sulphur from. G'day and Eka didn't seem to be too affected by the sulphur air, but yeah, we were.
You're not cold.
I will follow you anywhere, even through solitude.
Just before we started heading down, we got hit by a cloud of sulphur air and it was just incredible. You just could not breathe. When they came up, they get their loads weighed. I guess they get paid by the load, but they're picking up a load almost as much as they weigh, these guys.
He's carried that all the way down in the up from the crater, down the hill. Now he's got to go down the. This guy came up from the crater while we were up the top, and then went back down again. Remember him? Yeah.
Second load.
Yeah. Well, he would have filled that up with 2 loads, I'd say, from the crater. Yeah.
How much?
I don't know.
72.
So he wouldn't weigh 72.
I don't know what's going wrong.
Down the hill and off to catch the ferry to Kalimantan in Bali. On our way back down from Kalimantan, the boys decided to take us to a restaurant at Medewi. Well, we knew Medewi really well, so we were able to show them a restaurant, and it was a hell of a lot cheaper and they could eat with us. It was great. Finally back in Kuta. Yeah, same old, same old. Back at Kuta Puri and sunsets and surf. Wow.
And you